Hey nerds, and welcome to Supergirl, Theories and Conspiracies. I'm Brian from Good Nerd Bad Nerd. So we had the mid-season finale this week for Supergirl, and this was, I gotta say, this was a fantastic episode. Right off the bat, let me say, this felt like a Death of Superman storyline that they had catered to Supergirl to do with Reign. And I had been guessing that this is kind of the way they were going, that Reign was going to be her doomsday. And it was better than the Death of Superman aspect of Batman v Superman. Argue with me if you think I'm wrong, but really this was just really well done and on a TV budget of all things. So great job. Really, really loved how they did it in the storyline. And it's actually, I'm really, really bummed. We have to wait until the show comes back. I think it comes back pretty quickly though. I think it's in January I think it's January when it comes back. But that being said, what did we get in this episode? So first stuff with MonEl. MonEl and Imra, sorry, they don't get it. They keep trying to make Kara feel better, talking about how important and special she is, and all they're doing is making her feel worse. And there's honestly nothing they can say that will help. The only thing that's going to help is when they finally kind of go on, whatever that is. If it's through another wormhole, if it's back into stasis, whatever it is, they need to leave. But other things, we learned that it's actually different from the comics. It was MonEl who started the Legion of Superheroes, not Saturn Girl, Imra, Lightning Lad, and Cosmic Boy. So now I'm sure they will be three of the kind of founding members with him, but the fact that he's the one that started it in honor of Kara is different. And again, this was just one of those things, the little bit of information they dropped in order to try and make Kara feel better about life. I don't know how exactly that was going to make her feel better, but it is a little information we got about what's going on in the future. Now, we did learn that it isn't a time-traveling ship. It's just a spaceship, but it got knocked through a wormhole. And they were taking the slowest method of time travel back to the 30th century, which is one day at a time. And yeah, that's a really bizarre method to go about it. And I can't believe they thought that was a good idea instead of trying to track down another wormhole, considering some of the members that are listed in the Legion. I don't know who they actually have on their ship. I guess I could have looked at IMDb for spoilers, but we'll wait until next week, or next episode. But why didn't they try? I mean, they've got 30th century technology. I'm sure there's a way they could try and track down some of these wormholes, and that's probably what they're going to do. So it seems odd to me that this was their plan. But maybe the ship was damaged and this was the only thing they could do, and now that they've got the DEO there to help them, they can fix their ship. I don't know. It was not a great plan. So moving on to Reign. We did get more about her a little bit. We had the crazy cult guy again talking about this kind of ancient Kryptonian religion with these kind of ancient gods that eventually turned into the modern Kryptonian religion with Rao. But it's a little confusing because Reign was clearly made by kind of modern Kryptonian scientists that just seemed to follow the old religions. Yet she had a personality. Her Reign personality was the personality of one of these old gods. One of these world killer gods. So my question is, was she just programmed to kind of have this personality, or are they claiming she was possessed by a world killer god? It's really hard to say. And I'm not entirely sure if it matters one way or the other, but it just seems a little confusing that we know they basically finished making her right before Krypton blew up, but she's got all these ancient memories, and maybe she got programmed with it all at her Fortress of Solitude when she was essentially activated, but it's really, really hard to tell. Anyways, what do you guys think about that? Was it clear to you guys? Because it wasn't really clear to me. Not that it matters, because it was such a minor thing in a great episode. So that was pretty much it for this week. Oh, sorry, the one thing I gotta say, they finally found a role for Jimmy, and it's as the boyfriend. Lana's boyfriend. Yeah, it's they really don't know what to do with Jimmy. They I'm sorry that he's a great actor, but the character just needs to leave the show. They're just looking for ways to keep him on the show. Now he's just her bodyguard. He needs to go. He just needs to go. So when the show actually does come back, though, the episode title will be called Legion, and we do get to see that we're going to meet some of the other members of the Legion. We're going to see in that trailer we saw the flight rings that I talked about. So there's going to be a lot of really cool stuff, probably a lot of stuff about the Legion of Superheroes. So I'm really excited for that when it comes back. But what did you guys think of this week's episode? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe on Twitter and over at Facebook. Just search Good Nerd, Bad Nerd, and you'll find all the stuff. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is back, and it starts off just as crazy as you would expect from how it ended last season. So make sure you're watching and subscribed here so you can get all of those updates. But until next time, guys, I'm Brian from Good Nerd, Bad Nerd, and this has been Supergirl, Theories and Conspiracies.